Hi, and welcome to Week 9 Movie Reviews. This past week, I saw 3 new films, the first being 1953's Roman Holiday. Here's the plot. A bored and sheltered princess escapes her guardians and falls in love with an American newsman in Rome. Rated G with a runtime of 1 hour and 58 minutes, starring Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck. Now, this is my first Audrey Hepburn movie that I can recall. I've always really wanted to see some of her movies just because she's a big name. And I just wanted to see what all the hype was about, I guess. I've heard of this movie before. I've known it for being a 1950s romance classic, or like golden age Hollywood. So I kind of want to check it out. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty good film. Wish it was in color. I know it's in black and white, and I'm cool with watching it in black and white, but just they're in Rome, and I bet all the colors of Rome and stuff are just probably really pretty. And so I think in color, it would have picked up all that, and it would have been very beautiful to the eye. I can't think of words. Anyways, I thought the story was a little simple, but it at least knew what it wanted to say, and it stuck with it. And, it just told the story it wanted to tell. So I thought that was a good part. I really liked the message of the movie. It was just basically enjoy the little moments in life and don't live in the past with them, but remember them and be thankful for them and live in the present. I really liked that whole aspect about it. I think that made it kind of not a stereotypical romance movie in the end. As of now, you can find Roman Holiday on Pluto TV or Amazon Prime. Now, the second movie I watched this past week was 2022's All Quiet on the Western Front. Here's the plot. A young German soldier's terrifying experiences and distress on the Western Front during World War I. Rated R, with a runtime of 2 hours and 28 minutes. Now, All Quiet on the Western Front is based off of a 1928 novel with the same name, written by Eric Remarque. I think that's how you say his name. I wish I could say I had the pleasure of reading this book. I read a little bit of it in college, but I was in that lazy semester where I just noted most of it. I do wish I would have read it in its entirety. But anyways, with that being said, I don't think the movie went in as much depth as I remember of the parts I read in the book, but normally movies don't really go as in depth as the books. With that being said, I think it followed the story pretty well. If I could describe this movie in one word, it would just be tragic. It was sad. It was from beginning to end. It just gets sad, and then you're just like, oh my gosh, there's a little hope, and nope, more sad. And then you're like, okay, well, they can't get worse than this. Nope, more sad, and it breaks you. And I really enjoyed that, though, because I loved being able to see World War I from the perspective of a German soldier. Because I think a lot of times, especially growing up in the U.S. and in the Allies countries, you just see how everybody on that side was wrong. But if you really think about it, from what I know of World War I, Germans got screwed, okay? And because I forget who they were fighting for. I think Serbia or one of those Eastern European countries kind of didn't really start the war. They had a terrorist group shoot, Archduke Ferdinand. And now Germany is like, okay, well, now I got to back up my ally and stuff. And so now I'm forced in this war. And just because they're the biggest country, they get screwed in the end. That's almost like if France got in trouble, the U.S. had to fight for France because we're all in agreement and stuff. So that's kind of like what Germany had right there. Not saying they were perfect in everything, but you kind of do feel sad for them. You can see what the heartbreaking experiences that the Germans and German soldiers were put through during that war. And if you really think about it, if the Germans didn't get screwed too much like they did, World War II may have not happened, or at least that quickly. But anyways, I digress. I thought it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I could see it again. It just was very sad. If you're looking to watch a sad war movie, that's the one to go for. As of now, All Quiet on the Western Front is only on Netflix. The last movie I watched this past week was 2022's The Fablemans. And here's the plot. Growing up in post-World War II era Arizona, young Sammy Fableman aspires to become a filmmaker as he reaches adolescence, but soon discovers a shattering family secret and explores how the power of films can help him see the truth. Rated PG-13 with a runtime of 2 hours and 31 minutes. Starring Michelle Williams, Gabriel LaBelle, I think that's how you say it, and Paul Dano. And, of course, written and directed by the great Steven Spielberg. I enjoyed this film. I thought it was really good. They don't advertise it as this, but everybody knows, well, when you see it, and you know Spielberg did it. It's basically loosely based off of Steven Spielberg's childhood, but then fictionalized around it, as all movies are. No movie's true. But I thought it was really cool. I liked seeing this kid grow up and seeing the magic of movies and being like, I want to do that. And he learns these new tricks, because this is before all CGI and all that stuff. So he learns all these little tricks of how to make movie magic. And it's really cool because he's making all these little films at home and stuff. And he's doing all the special effects by himself just through his imagination and stuff. And I think that's just really cool. I'm one who is not a big CGI guy. I love old movie magic, and I love like the little tricks that they'd use to make it. I mean, not always, sometimes CGI is better in some aspects, but you know, the older techniques usually age better with film. Anyways, I thought it was a really sweet story. It was sad, and it has a little laughter in it. If you really want to watch a good drama, I think this is the movie for you. It was really enjoyable. It was definitely way better than, I didn't like Steven Spielberg's West Side Story. That was the last movie I saw him make, which was last year, I think it came out, and it wasn't that great. I prefer this movie way more. As of now, The Fablemans is only playing in theaters, and you should go check it out.